For all of my straight and bi men listening and my gay and bi women listening, everybody who has sex with women and wants to do better, I've got a product for you. Have you heard of Kenneth Play? He is an Adonis of a man, and he has put together a video course teaching others how to please women the way only he knows how. I have personally had the pleasure of spending an intimate evening with Kenneth. I don't think I've ever had a first-time sexual encounter with somebody that was just 100% pleasurable. There was never a moment of pain. There was never a moment of meh. He knew my body better than I knew my body. He found pleasure spots in me that I did not know I had, and he made me come many times. I have gifted his web course, Beyond Satisfied Pro, to lovers of mine, and in every case, they have become better lovers as a result. And now I would like to gift this to you with a 15% discount. Go to kennethplay.com/closeted. That link gets you 15% off Kenneth's Beyond Satisfied Pro course. This is just for my listeners. Trust me. No one regrets being great in bed, and this course will get you there. kennethplay.com/closeted. Hello, pinecones. Okay, last week I said that this week I would come at you with a pretty big announcement, and I am making good on that promise. I have a pretty big announcement for you. And this is going to be kind of hard to talk about because it's a little emotional for me. All right. So those of you who have been with me since the beginning of ClosetEd know that the show ClosetEd is a narrative-driven, documentary-style, audio-only podcast where each episode features the story of a different anonymous guest who, if you knew them in real life, you'd be like, that's a totally vanilla, normal, conventional, rule-following human. And if you knew them well, you would find out that, in fact, they are flouting cultural conventions, particularly around sex and relationships, in ways that are very naughty and very life-affirming. I love this show so much and have been so committed to it that even after I lost my production support from my former production company, I thought, I'm going to find a way to keep going. I got some advice that I should keep releasing content to the podcast feed every week, even though ClosetEd is a seasonal show. So I came up with this interview series and also my personal stories and giving advice. And it's been so much fun doing this. And recent events have shown me that there's a real chance that I might not be able to bring ClosetEd back because that show requires a team to make. It's a really difficult kind of show to make, and it's not something that one person can really do on their own, especially when that one person also has to do things to make money and make a living and keep a roof over their heads. So while I work out whether it's going to be possible to bring ClosetEd back, I don't want to keep us all in limbo doing endless bonus content in this feed. So, and here's the big announcement that I'm so excited about. I'm pivoting. You don't have to do anything. You stay subscribed to this feed right now. If you are brand new to this show and you're hearing this for the first time, go back and listen to episode 1 so you can know what this show actually is. But what this show is going to become is something very different. So here's what's going to happen. Next week, I'm taking a hiatus. Another thing that's happening right now is one of my partners, actually the partner that is the reason I'm polyamorous. He is my origin story. Without him, I wouldn't be the person that I am today in any way, shape, or form. I wouldn't be this sex positive. I wouldn't be this slutty. I wouldn't be this empowered in my sexuality, and I wouldn't be this committed to polyamory. He has been living internationally for the entire time I've known him, and he's back. He's back here. He's here with me. And we are enjoying a very hard-earned time of privacy and snuggling and recalibrating and reacquainting ourselves with each other because it's been a while since we saw each other in person. If you're sensing that there's more of a story behind all this, you are correct. And one day I'm going to share that story with all of you. So next week, I'm going to take a hiatus to enjoy some time and a little road trip with him. And when I come back the week after that, this is no longer going to be the ClosetEd feed. It is going to be the home of a new show called Happy Slut. Why Happy Slut? Okay. I have discovered about myself in the last 15 to 20 years that I am happiest when I'm a little slutty. When I say a little slutty, I just mean when I have sex with the people I want to have sex with, the way I want to have sex with them, and I don't let any one person tell me who I can and cannot have sex with or how I can have sex with other people. When I control my sexuality and do it the way I want to, I am very happy. I'm a very, very, very happy little cryptid. I identify with the label happy slut because when I'm not slutting out to my heart's desire, I can become very depressed. My last major nesting relationship was with somebody who thought they were into non-monogamy and then discovered in the practice of it that they couldn't handle it at all. And I put my needs on hold for years and I developed an anxiety disorder. So it's a real thing for me and maybe for others as well. Sex and sexuality are so important to human beings. And on Happy Slut, we're going to be having conversations and I'm going to be sharing personal stories and also giving advice. It's going to be a lot like this interview series has been, except I'm going to refine the format a little bit, introduce new segments, and make it a lot of fun. The whole premise of Happy Slut is joyful, empowered conversations about sex and sexuality in a culture, in an atmosphere that is antithetical to joyful sex. We live in a patriarchy. It is an evil system that exploits people, that uses human bodies to fuel its corporate greed and consolidate its power. And one of the most effective ways that patriarchy has found to control us is to take away the things that bring us the most joy. One of those things is a shameless sense of our own sexuality. If you keep people turned against each other, they're easier to control. And the key element of patriarchy that makes people easy to control is telling men that they are entitled to control women. You know what that does to sex? I mean, this is one of the reasons why queer people tend to have better sex and more empowered senses of their own sexuality. Because in order to have queer sex, you have to deprogram a lot of patriarchy from your system, or it's just impossible, or it can become very toxic. So I am cognizant of the fact that we live in a sexually predatory world, that there's a lot of trauma out there, that there's a lot of darkness and heaviness and weight around sex and sexuality. And I want to introduce some light. I want to share with you all the ways that ecstatic, life-affirming sex has made my life feel purposeful and joyful and absolutely worth living. And I want to encourage you to foster a sex life like that for yourself and to find the things that bring you joy, that make your toes curl, that make you feel empowered and naughty and happily slutty. So in 2 weeks from today, I will debut Happy Slut with an interview with the iconic Dixie De La Tour. If you're not familiar with Dixie, look her up. She's been the host of the live storytelling show Body Storytelling for 20 years. That's body as in BAWDY. Stories about sex, kink, gender, and body image. And yes, they get bawdy and they get raunchy and they get funny, but they also get deeply felt and human and deep. That was redundant, but you get my point. Body storytelling is wonderful and Dixie is wonderful. She's one of the most joyful, happy sluts I have ever met in my life. And she's been an icon in the sex positive scene in the Bay Area for many, many years. She knows everybody. And she's got an incredible story to tell about how she became this way. And I'll give you a hint. She had to overcome a lot of the same things that you've probably had to overcome. The same issues that arise for everybody living in a culture where children and women are exploited and sexualized, and men are cut off from their emotions, and connection becomes so hard because of that dehumanization that happens at a core level in our culture. Dixie's got her stories too, and she's going to tell them here on this podcast in 2 weeks. After interviewing Dixie, there's going to be a lot more. I've already done an interview with the owner of Australia's only female-led male escort agency and one of her escorts. And I've got a lot of other fun surprises in the works for you. Happy Slut is going to be a great time. And we're not going to be ignoring the fact of the environment that we live in. We are going to be acknowledging it and finding the pathway to reclaiming our joy and our power in our own sexuality and our own desires in spite of all of that. Because it is our birthright to feel joy, to feel pleasure, and to feel intimate connection with each other. It's our birthright, and it's accessible for all of us if we can find our way to deconstructing all of these patriarchal ideas and seeing each other as fully embodied human beings. I'm so excited about this pivot. I do want to hear from you. I will have a new email address for Happy Slut soon, but I will keep closetedpodcast@gmail.com open. If you are finding yourself very sad about this announcement, you're like, but I've been waiting for season 2 of Closet Ed, and I like the interviews and stuff, that's cool, but I really loved that show. Please let me know. And if you want to help me make it so that Closet Ed can come back, keep sharing those episodes with people that you think they might help. The more ears I get on this, the more likely it becomes that I can bring Closet Ed back, because it's all about getting listeners to get money to make the show. That being said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to make Happy Slut every week, rain or shine, no matter what happens, because this is the most fun I've ever had on a project that I've spearheaded. And I'm going to keep showing up in your podcast feed every Wednesday like clockwork. So you're not getting rid of me. But do reach out and let me know your thoughts on this pivot, whether they are negative or positive. I would love to hear them. And I love you all, pine cones. Thanks for hanging with me for the quick hiatus next week. And I'll see you 2 weeks from now. Mwah. Stay saucy. Pinecones, you might have heard my interview with Dr. Elliot Justin, founder of FirmTech, and if you did, you know all about how exciting the Tech Ring is. It's a health wearable that improves men's sexual performance and gives them priceless health data that can act as an early indicator of heart issues. Yeah. During sex, it keeps you hard and makes your orgasms crazy. And during sleep, it tracks your nocturnal erections, which can literally tell you if you have issues with your heart or hormone levels before they get really bad. This product saves lives and marriages. And I'm really excited to give you a 15% discount on any of FirmTech's products with code CLOSETED at checkout. In addition to the Tech Ring, they also have the Performance Ring, a non-tech cock ring that features a really cool hook and eye design to avoid having to shimmy the ring down the length of your cock, which, if you've tried that, it's not the sexiest. They also have the Ring Mate, a vibrating attachment that works with the Tech Ring and Performance Ring and can also be used on one's fingertips. Ooh la la. Get yours today by going to myfirmtech.com and using code CLOSETED at checkout. myfirmtech.com, code CLOSETED at checkout. You're welcome.